for tuning in to KBTV. I'm Dr. Stacie Barrett. Dr. Booz is out on assignment. Central Georgia, it is election time, and we have the sheriff from Macon-Bibb, Sheriff Davis, online with us today. And we want you to share, Sheriff Davis, your vision with us and tell us why you want to be the sheriff yet again.
Well, thank you for having me, Stacie, and look forward to talking to Dr. Booz in the future. But yeah, here we are. It's election time again. Our theme this time is Together Stronger on Every Street. Over my terms as sheriff, we have faced a lot of challenges as a community and with the sheriff's office, and facing all of those challenges together, we have made a stronger community. And we want to look to build on that strength and become even stronger and even more bonded and more receptive to what the community needs. We've had a lot of things. 4 years ago, whenever I was running, doing these Zoom meetings was about the only way you could really get out and campaign. We were doing a lot of that over the internet and over Zoom. Now we're able to do a little more in person to person, but I'm glad that we were able to have this opportunity today. But the things that we have done as far as our outreach, our reaching out to our young people, our neighborhood watch programs, one of the things that I'm proudest of that we're beginning to embark on now is even reaching to even younger kids, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, because we're finding now some of these 12 and 13-year-olds are already getting involved in some serious mishaps and things like that. So we want to interact with those younger kids, but their parents, moreover, because it's more likely for a parent of a 3, 4, or 5-year-old, it's more likely that they will have another child in the near future than it is for a parent of someone 16 or 17 years old. So by interacting and influencing those young lives and those young parents, we may be able to help them with the next children that they have and carry on them and try to get them on a good, productive future. Our other things, our technology pieces, things that we have now that really were just almost unheard of 4 years ago. Things like our flock cameras, some of our other monitoring capabilities, and our strategic information center, where that we're able to monitor cameras, monitor flock cameras, also use technology to be able to find people who are trying to cause problems in our community. And they are really doing some great work as far as solving many of our more serious crimes. And so the technology piece, those pieces have really helped us in lieu of having fewer deputies. I can have one of my intel analysts use our flock cameras sitting at a desk and can develop more information than scores of investigators going out knocking on doors and having to do those things. So that's something that's very promising, and I'm glad to see that we were able to do that. I know everybody talks about we're short. We're hiring. Over the last year and a half, we've hired over 200 more part-time, full-time civilian employees. I see us turning the corner on hiring people. We're seeing more people who want to get into law enforcement now. That's something we haven't seen in a number of years. So those types of things, we've built on those things. We have worked on those things together as a community and with the sheriff's office, with all of our community partners. We've become stronger as a community, stronger as a sheriff's office by those things. And we've done things on every street. We're going to do things on every neighborhood in our community. Our neighborhood watch programs are very robust and are very broad throughout our community. So I just hope that people see that and that they will return me to office once again. I've been here this is my 3rd term in office, asking for my 4th term. Been at the sheriff's office over 40 years. So there's a lot of things I know about this community, a lot of things I know about running the sheriff's office that I think I bring to the table that probably other candidates don't. And I just hope that that those things will bring forward the people's trust, and that they will put me back into office again. I ask for the community support and vote.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, two things you mentioned that I want to ask you about. One is
Mhm.
technology, one is community. I live in Houston County, but I keep up
Mhm.
with what's going on in
Oh, yeah.
Macon-Bibb. And one thing that I've heard a lot about is, I think I'm calling it right, spot shotter,
Yeah, shot spotter. Yes, ma'am. Shot spotter.
shot
That
spotter.
was
Okay.
shot spotter. Yes, that was one of our first technology pieces that we put into place. Certainly, shortly after I first came in office in this term, back in 2021, we got that piece, and that has been something that is very helpful to us in investigations. One of the things that we have found in the area, and a shot spotter does not cover all of Bibb County, it covers a certain area of our community where in the past we have seen the most number of reported gunshots. So the shot spotter system, since it's been in effect, has we've seen a steady decline, excuse me, a steady decline in the number of rounds fired and the numbers of incidents of gunfire, because anybody that knows if they're going to go out and shoot a gun, there's going to be a deputy that's going to respond, because the shot spotter is going to hear it and send a message for us to respond. It has helped us solve cases. We've had people who that will say that they're involved in a shooting incident, and one person, two people were both shooting, and one person will say the other person started it, the other person started shooting first. Well, the shot spotter is so precise that if they're standing 5 feet away from each other and one starts shooting and the other, we can tell which one was the aggressor and which one was shot at and did the first shooting. So those types of things, and it's a lifesaver because we get the shot spotter call faster than we would somebody calling it over the telephone. And so we already have units on the way to see what's happening, and hopefully if there's anybody injured to work with them.
Oh, thank you. So it's doing what it's supposed to do.
And that's right. It's a good piece of technology tied in with our now that we have the flock cameras that we put online back in December. That has really been something that has been a game changer. There have been a number of stolen vehicles that have been found, a lot of wanted people, and it has really helped us solve crimes that would have been, in the old saying, is a who done it. Those flock cameras have really been able to have us identify suspect vehicles and the people who are driving them. So it's really been a game changer for us.
Awesome. Thank you. Now I want to talk
Mhm.
about community. As I mentioned, I don't live in Macon-Bibb, and you may be able to tell by, and everybody here swears that they do, that I am not from here either. But my first recollection of you is when I worked for the Tubman, when I was director of sales and marketing, and you and your wife were very instrumental in being on boards and doing things with us for the Tubman. And a lot of times the candidates have different backgrounds, and the voters may want to know about you as a person. Can you speak to that time that you have spent in volunteerism in the community?
Yes, and I put that up against anyone else here that in the race or running for any office, is the my commitment to this community and the long-standing commitment. And I remember when we worked together on the Pan African Festival for the Tubman back almost 20 years ago now, and so that has been that commitment to our community back then that has moved forward to even now. So I've been involved in many things, many facets of our community, and use that knowledge, use the partnerships that we've developed to extend what we do here at the Sheriff's Office through our Neighborhood Watch programs, through our Explorer program here at the Sheriff's Office, through the programs we were just talking about where we're reaching even younger kids now. So all of these things build on what you've done before, the connections that we've had in the community. I remember, you probably remember Aisha Ellen that was part of that committee back in those days. Now she's over the Keep Macon-Bibb Beautiful, and she and I work together on a lot of projects even today. So those partnerships, those friendships that you develop while you're out in the community, that is essential. It's priceless, and very useful in doing what we do now in serving our community.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, what are some things that you plan to do differently, Sheriff Davis, if you are reelected?
Well, we want to continue. We want to build on what we've already accomplished. As I said, we want to build out this program with our youth. We want to continue hiring people. We're beginning to get some good applicants now that are now just wanting to get into law enforcement that had previously not been in law enforcement. There was a young lady, a 19-year-old young lady from Warner Robins that had not been in law enforcement, works at a grocery store, but thought that law enforcement would be a good career where she could make a difference in her community. And she wanted, of all of the agencies she could go to work for in Middle Georgia, she wanted to come work at the Bibb County Sheriff's Office. And I was very, very uplifted, very pleased to hear that. And we look forward to having her come on staff and make a great career here. So we want to build on that. We want to build on what we're doing with the technology piece and do those things. But in the community, it's all about what we've done in the community through our outreach and restorative justice center that came online just a few years ago. We sort of consolidated all of our community efforts in one place. Explorers program, Neighborhood Watch, the youth programs that we have, PAL programs. Even this summer we have a couple of PAL camps coming up. So all of those things taken together, but you also have to be listening and adaptive to what the community wants. Some of the programs that we've had, some of these programs where that we're reaching out to even younger kids, that was from conversations we've had with individuals in the community. So a person in my place needs to be always adaptive and always listening to what the community wants. 4 years ago, we never knew about some of the technologies that we have now. 4 years ago, we didn't think we would need to be reaching out to 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, but listening to the community and listening to the concerns and looking at the trends of what we are dealing with out there, you have to be adaptive. And that's one of the things that I've always have been and will continue to be there, to be listening out to serve the community for what they think that the sheriff's office needs to be doing.
Thank you. I have one last question for you.
All right.
Other
All right.
than voting for you, how can people support your campaign?
All right, they can certainly go vote. Right now, we're here 2 more days of early voting, and the actual election day is Tuesday, next Tuesday. I encourage everyone to go vote. Please vote, because these elections are the most important for our community. I think everybody's focused on November, and we hear all of this presidential politics and all that stuff. There will be a day to vote for the president, but that will be in November, not on May 21st. That is the people who will be leading us in Bibb and in Houston County down your way. That is the way, that is when people will select those leaders that will most impact their lives, and particularly the sheriff. And I encourage everybody to remember to vote for the sheriff. They have to vote in the Democratic primary, because there's no Republican candidate this year. The sheriff's race will essentially be decided in the Democratic primary. So if people want to know more about what I'm about, certainly if they want to contribute or do anything, they can go to my website. It is David Davis for Sheriff 2024.com. That's David Davis for Sheriff, FOR, not David Davis for Sheriff 2024.com.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And there, folks, you have it. Election day is May 21st, but early voting is still going on until Friday, May 17th. So go ahead and cast your votes. For a listing of the voting locations you may visit carlybtv.com. And I thank you for your time, Sheriff Davis, and good luck to you on the race.
What's happening weekend on KBTV? And this your boy Country Wayne.
Hey everybody, this is Tamala Man, and I'm rolling with Carly B TV.
Hey everybody, my girl Tamar Braxton, all the way live on Carly B TV.
Yours truly, Atlanta's own MC Lifey, and I want to let you know I'm all the way live with Carly B TV. That way, the long way. I'm always Carly B TV. Peace up and A-Town down.
Yo, this is Henry Wells, the most feared man in comedy. Street T, all the way live on Carly B TV. I'm here, baby. Check them out.
Yo, what's up? I'm Tony Terry, all the way live on Carly B TV. You heard me?
Poker Bear, all the way live on Carly B TV. You understand me? You gonna learn today, babe.